August 22nd, coming to you from Meadow Mill. I'm Amanda. I'm here today with our managing partner, Jonathan Oleisky,
hey, folks,
who is filling in for Alan. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30 for your weekly news roundup and a discussion of current events. Please feel free to comment and ask us questions in the field below. So, Jonathan, this is your first time in the new studio. What do you think?
it is. New studio is wonderful.
Thank you.
Have a lot of intense news to share today with our fans out there in Facebook world. Let me begin by talking about how yesterday President Trump presented a strategy for resolving the 16-year-old conflict in Afghanistan with a live primetime national address that went on at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. He spoke to troops at Fort Myer, Virginia, and he said, quote unquote, there would be no blank check for American engagement in Afghanistan, is reported by the New York Times. The president went on to say that the United States would put significant new pressure on Pakistan to crack down on the terrorist sanctuaries that line its border with Afghanistan. Here's a direct quote from President Trump. "We are not nation building again. We are killing terrorists." How about that, Amanda?
Yeah, amazing. And did you realize that this conflict in Afghanistan is now the longest military operation in the history of the United States? Can you believe that?
It's really intense. Who would have thought? And hopefully, for our soldiers' sake, it will be peacefully resolved very soon.
Do you think a lot of people even realize that we are still in the middle of this conflict?
No, I don't think so. We actually have a neighbor on Maryland's Eastern Shore, and their stepson, his son, has fought their son and stepson have both fought in Afghanistan, have done many, many tours of duty.
Ridiculous.
Very sad.
Yeah,
very sad.
Horrible.
Moving a little bit back to domestic politics, Steve Bannon's own war.
Mm-hmm.
Former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon reportedly, quote, is going to war against several White House targets, including Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. A big report in the Sunday issue of Vanity Fair was titled, "Steve Bannon Readies His Revenge. The war on Jared Kushner is about to go nuclear." How about that? He's going after what he consider globalists in the West Wing, such as Ivanka Trump, Kushner, former Goldman Sachs President Gary Cohn, as well as National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster and his deputy Dina Powell. The magazine cited Breitbart News editor-in-chief Alex Marlow is saying that Bannon wants to beat their ideas into submission.
Wow.
Steve has a lot of things up his sleeve. All right, so Steve Bannon's going to be out there beating ideas into submission. Get ready for this, America. Bannon returned to head Breitbart News after being removed from his White House post on August 18th after he welcomed President Donald Trump's divisive comments at a far-right rally in Charlottesville. Some fascinating articles in the mainline press the last week about his departure. Mm-hmm. Several of them said it had actually been planned for some time. His comments post-Charlottesville hastened that departure, interestingly enough.
Right.
Moving right along here, and this is some tough news here from overseas. Campaign against anti-Semitism. Shocking. In a report published on Sunday by the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, a third of the thousands of British Jews interviewed said they had considered leaving the United Kingdom due to anti-Semitism, according to the Jerusalem Post. I mean, it's insane.
That's frightening.
Have you ever been to England, Amanda?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
and I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't know I was supposed to be scared, but
it's a wonderful country. In interviews conducted in 2016 and 17 of approximately 7,156 respondents, 37% of them said they had been concealing signs that indicate they are Jewish.
Like, what does that even mean? Are they walking around like straightening their hair? Like,
either they're ashamed or they're scared.
But what are they doing? That's concealing signs. That's the part I'm curious about. Like,
I don't know.
That's horrible.
It's a great question.
They're just hiding their Judaism? They're just not putting their kippahs on or something?
Yeah, right.
It's awful.
Really is. The Jewish community of the United Kingdom recorded 767 anti-Semitic remarks in the first half of 2017. Pardon me, anti-Semitic attacks in the first half of 2017, the highest figure recorded within 6 months since monitoring began in 1984. Look, we want Jews around the world to feel comfortable wherever their homes may be, and we certainly want our fellow world citizens and Jews in England to feel comfortable.
Yes,
sad
We're
state
thinking about
of affairs.
them. We hope everything looks up, gets better. If you are just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill. Ask us whatever you like in the comments field below, and be sure to like and share. And in more anti-Semitic news.
Hey, anti-Semitic slurs in Ann Arbor. Good Lord. Swastikas and anti-Semitic and racial slurs were discovered in a skate park in Ann Arbor, Michigan on August 18th, according to the Jewish Telegraph Agency. The Veterans Memorial Park was closed for several hours after 15 swastikas and slurs, which included Jews Die and Free USA, were discovered, according to reports citing the Ann Arbor Parks and Recreation Department. The Ann Arbor police are investigating the incident. They've increased patrols in and around city parks in response. If you're a Jew in Ann Arbor today, how do you feel? Any Jews out there in Ann Arbor watching, let us know. Or any Jews in the UK, let us know. Make a comment.
A Jew anywhere right now, you're not feeling real good.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Even the eclipse totality was not safe.
Okay, this is insane. Yesterday was a National Day of Science. It was amazing. Several of us here
very cool.
in Baltimore went out to watch the eclipse. We had our glasses. I watched as totality moved across the United States. CNN had an amazing 360 app, which was very cool. Get this. Signs with anti-Semitic messages were hung on highway overpasses in Oregon ahead of yesterday's solar eclipse, according to JTA. This has nothing to do with the eclipse.
Like why? What did we do?
Did
we make the moon?
No.
Yeah, okay.
The banners were hung on two northbound highways, which were heavily traveled by California tourists heading to the state to get a better view. The banners read, Un-Jew Humanity, disgusting, Eclipse Whitey, sick.
Which I don't
Jewish
actually get that one.
Financing available, and resist racial eclipse, the Oregon Statesman Journal reported Saturday. They were taken down later in the day. They were attributed, and we're not going to mention his name because we don't want to give him any more fame, to a neo-Nazi in Springfield, Oregon, who is on Twitter. He took credit for the banners on social media. A disgusting show of humanity. I'm sorry, it is.
No, it's disgusting. Those don't even really make sense to me. That's the problem. No racial slurs make sense to me, but those are particularly
it's insane.
Ridiculous.
Insane. Now, speaking of yesterday's eclipse, on the lighter side,
what was the one thing we were all told don't do? Glenn, I told you several times.
Directly in the sun.
And who did that?
President Donald Trump did just that yesterday while standing on the White House South portico with First Lady Melania Trump and son Barron. And we haven't seen Barron in the news a while, so it was good to see him.
He was out getting some science.
President Trump looked up toward the eclipse 3 times, according to CNN. Eventually, all 3 of them did don protective eyewear, as did Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Maybe they're talking now. Maybe they're friends again. That's a good thing.
It's supposed to damage your retinas. You could get blurred vision. You don't know how long it could last. You don't know if it's permanent damage. Yeah. But, he wasn't bothered by that because even science isn't. Okay. So, if you're just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know.
Amanda's rant against Enforce Science.
I stopped. This is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30. Follow us at #Jmore Need to Know and see more news at jmoreliving.com. So, a little bit lighter news.
So, here's a great thing that happened this week. For those of you who are Baltimore Ravens fans, even those of you who are not, Ravens coach John Harbaugh has been an enormous supporter of our members of the armed forces. He really goes out of his way to thank them, to embrace them, to welcome them to the Ravens Stadium. And he did, I think, a great thing. He canceled training camp yesterday. He took the entire team to the Pentagon for a tour and then to Arlington National Cemetery. Coach Harbaugh said, "This is an amazing experience for all of us. How fortunate and blessed are we to experience a day like this? It's humbling." I think this was last night, might have been on CNN, a couple team members also laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. 2 members who were former active duty military, one for the Naval Academy, and Glenn, I'm looking at you.
Otha Foster, a former Marine.
There we go.
And then there was another one.
Was it Keenan Reynolds?
Yep.
Yep, and hats off to Coach Harbaugh. The military, their families make enormous sacrifices so we can be free And I just love the fact how the Ravens embrace their support of the military. It's a great thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the other interesting thing, I'm not a sports guy here, but they say the Ravens had 16 players injured who didn't participate in training camp the day before. So maybe by taking them on a field trip, they got a little extra rest. Our coach is crafty. Good for you, John.
Maybe there's
we like
that.
Yep.
All right, so let's not forget we are remembering a comedy legend this week, no matter how you felt about him.
Jerry Lewis died Sunday at 91. I mean, he led a great life. He's best known for his starring role in The Nutty Professor, which, interestingly enough, screened at Baltimore Center Theater revival series a few weeks ago. The amazing thing, where many people really have gotten to know him in recent years, was his unrelenting support for the March of Dimes.
Right.
And his Labor Day telethon. I don't know what's going to happen to it this Labor Day. And he raised a staggering amount of money, like almost nearing $2 billion.
Wow.
I mean, which is just impressive. He was also known for his collaboration on 13 films with longtime partner, singer-actor Dean Martin. He was raised in Newark, New Jersey. He was born Joseph Levitch to Borscht Belt entertainer
Go figure.
parents Danny and Ray Levitch, who used the name Lewis when they appeared in small-time vaudeville and at Catskill Resort hotels, according to the New York Times.
So he had a pedigree.
Yep, Jerry Lewis, you will be missed. You made the world a better place. And we'll think of you this Labor Day and every Labor Day thereafter.
All right. Let's do a J word of the day, Jonathan. You ready?
J word of the day, a momser.
Momser.
And you know who the Momser Award's going to go to? That Momser in Ohio who put up those nasty anti-Semitic signs. That guy's a momster.
He's a true momser.
Momser, the definition, is someone born out of wedlock, a bastard, a rotten individual. You know, some people would say, my accountant, what a momser he can be. But that dude out in Oregon is a real momser.
He's a momser.
He's not a good soul.
All right. Remember to join us here Tuesdays at 12:30 for your Need to Know News Roundup. Additionally, you can join us Fridays at 12:30 for your Weekend Agenda with myself and Simone Allen. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and follow at hashtag Jmore Need to Know. And go to jmoreliving.com for more news updates. Thank you for filling in today, Jonathan. And don't be a momser.
Don't be a momser. It was a pleasure to be here. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.